How much would you trust a doctor if they told you they weren't sure what was wrong with you? Probably not a whole lot. If they don't know what they're talking about, you're not going to trust them. The same applies to you. The way that you speak and the way that you present yourself dictates how much respect people will give you. It could be as simple as having a friendly conversation over coffee or giving insight into somebody's life. Putting yourself out there with a lot more confidence gains you that respect that you necessarily wouldn't have had before. Think of a TED Talk. Somebody that's giving a TED Talk speaks with confidence because they know the value that they're bringing in the conversation and they want to relay it to you as simple and as efficiently as possible. If you went to a speech or a seminar and you heard somebody talking with a lot of I'm not sure, potentially, you wouldn't be certain that their information is reliable. To be completely honest, you'd probably stop listening after the first 5 minutes. And that's what happens when you're talking. As somebody that doesn't know how to speak or articulate their words, people don't look at you with respect and they don't give any value to what you're saying. So the simple action of acting confident in the conversation or the topic that you're talking about makes it look like you're a lot more knowledgeable and people will start taking you more seriously. Confidence doesn't just only break down into tone, the way that you present your words. It also breaks down to a bunch of different other categories. Things like the words that you use. If you're using specific vocabulary about a specific topic, it means that you're more confident in the information that you're presenting. Rather than being vague and using some words that you could say for anything, using specific vocab will definitely separate how much value people will put on the conversation that you have. Energy is a big one. If you're slouched back in a chair, shoulders are back, you're leaning back and forth like this, not giving any attention, no energy, nobody's gonna care about what you say. Nobody gives a shit if you're just somebody that's like laying around, bumming around, and you think that you have all this important information. No, that's just not how it works. That kind of relates to body language, just the way that you put yourself and present yourself. If you're standing straight and you're speaking directly and you're speaking somebody with a lot of tone, those all add together and make it sound that you have an idea about what you're talking about. Credibility is a big one. If you say a lot and you act like you know something about a certain subject and people fact check you and you're wrong, you lose your credibility, which will lose your confidence. You can't supplement credibility with confidence. You could be as confident as you want, but if people know that you're just a bullshitter that always bullshits about random things, you act like you know what you're talking about, nobody's gonna take you seriously. Finally, data is a big one. If you have specific facts and numbers that you can present in any conversation, people are more likely to listen to you. For example, if I told you that 78% of my viewers actually get smarter every year that they watch my videos, you would take my videos a lot more seriously, but unfortunately, I don't know if that's a true fact or not. I'm just bullshitting. All these different aspects come into play on how confident you are in the information you're presenting, the type of person you are. You don't even have to give information to have confidence. The way that you present yourself as a human shows how much self-respect you have. Like many things in life, a lot of confidence comes with time. It's hard to be confident in a subject that you know nothing about. It takes time to learn about the subject, be comfortable, become an expert in what that subject is. The more time you put into it, the more confident you can be. Saying that you've spent the last 4 years of your life dedicated to a certain topic should make you pretty confident about what you're talking about. You know the facts, you've studied it, you've practiced it most likely, you know what you are talking about. Somebody that just dabbles into a bunch of different topics and acts like an expert should not be talking. Shut your mouth. Obviously you can have some input into it, but you're not an expert. Don't act like one. It's important to understand what do you actually know and what are you presenting yourself like you know. Your appearance can give you a lot of confidence as well. Think of people that wear suits versus people that wear sweats. Somebody that's in a suit gets a lot of confidence because they look good, they feel good. A lot of people look at them differently because they're dressed nice and proper. Versus somebody that's wearing sweats might automatically be assumed to be a bum, somebody that's going to the gym, working out, something like that. You just get two different regards depending on the way that you look. And obviously this isn't always true. There's a lot of wealthy and very confident people that wear sweats. Think of people like Adam Sandler, Elon Musk. They're very casual with their clothing. And there's a lot of people that are broke and have no confidence that wear suits to make fake confidence. There's always going to be exceptions in this, but if it makes you feel more confident to wear proper clothing, then why not do it? You're gonna gain respect, people are gonna look at you different, and that might change your entire mindset. Think of a president giving a speech. They're always wearing a suit and tie. They have this symbol, and it makes them confident in what they're saying. It also gives them a lot of respect from people that are listening. Now think if your president was wearing a hoodie and wearing some sweatpants. You'd probably look at them and start laughing and not listen to a word that they say. The other thing is that confidence opens doors. When people see that you are confident in the way that you present yourself, the way that you talk, the way that you walk, the way that you do things, they're going to be more inclined to give you opportunities. What do these opportunities look like? You might get special treatment at a restaurant because you're dressed nicely in the way that you talk, the way that you know what you're talking about. You might get a job offer just because you're dressed in a certain aspect. A person that does research before going into an interview has a lot more confidence than someone that doesn't. They know more about the company, they know more about the role, they're more prepared to answer any questions. Obviously, the company's more inclined to hire you for this reason. Someone that goes in the interview and has perfect answers for different questions versus somebody that says, I don't know, I'm not too sure. Those are two different candidates and one's clearly a lot better than the other. The great thing about confidence is that once you get a little bit of it, you start feeling confident in a certain area, kind of translates into other parts of your life. Being confident in your body and the way that you look translates into you being more positively outspoken about yourself and more people trusting what you have to say. There are a few downfalls to confidence, and the major one is ego. When people get too confident, they get an ego. They feel like they're better than other people. They start establishing that other people aren't worth as much because they're not as confident or maybe not as knowledgeable. I see this very often in society because people start getting that mental high that they're better than everyone else. Stopping yourself before this actually takes over is pretty essential. You still want to be a sociable and likable person with confidence. You don't want to do too much where people get annoyed by hanging around with you. Because to be honest, ego actually does the opposite. It kind of kills your confidence. When you have a high ego, people lose respect for you. When you're losing respect, you start to lose a little bit of confidence. Obviously, that's not for all people, but that is a pretty common case. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty. How can you boost your confidence today? First and foremost, the best thing in basically all of life is working out. If you work out and you start to get in better shape, you're gonna feel better about your body and you're gonna feel better, you're gonna be more confident. In second place, we have dress proper. If you dress proper, if you look good, you feel good. It goes the same with the working out. If your body looks good, you feel good. If you're dressed good, you're gonna feel good as well, and you're going to be more confident. And finally, learn. When you know more information about any subject or any topic or many topics in general, you're going to be more confident. Whenever a discussion comes up about a certain topic, you're gonna have all the facts and all the information where you can hold your own. People are gonna be like, oh wow, he knows what he's talking about. Let me listen and give him the respect. Once you see that people start listening to you as a human and actually value what you have to say, your confidence continues to go up and you continue to learn and you keep going through this cycle and keep repeating the process. It's only going to get better for you. Confidence is a funny thing. Once you have some confidence, you understand what it feels like, you want more. You want to be more confident in other aspects of your life. You understand how it feels to be confident, and now you want to be confident in that other aspect. And it keeps going until you're confident about your entire life. As long as you value yourself as a human being, confidence should be a no-brainer. If you value how you look, if you value how you feel, if you value how you interact with others, there's no drawbacks to being more confident as a human being. It's one of those things that's only going to benefit you in life the longer you go. No matter if you're trying to pursue a career, establish a relationship, or continue launching your life toward your dreams.